Okay, day 2 of my run with a brand new account. So let's just see what I got. Oh, we got all the like stuff from the what's it called? The April Fool's Day. So this is kind of nice to have one of these already. And then I can change my profile pic. Nice. So let's change that out. Let's go with this one. Whew, look at this amazing unit here I got. And then what do we have here? Ooh, claim all. Level reaches 5 out of 5. Nice. I have 3 people that did it all. Thank you, everyone. I didn't know that people would do that, so I appreciate that. Sweet. Let's go see what we can do with this. Oh, so we have some more Menafin, and right now there's a lot of great events that I can use this in. Oh yeah, we have all these things to collect. Okay, and then here, another core. Here, some more stuff. And ooh, I got one of these too. That's awesome. Okay, so with that one, now I have one of these that I can select with, and I'm going to select the unit I've been wanting, which is Faint. These are just things just to see that are new. Okay, so I will use that in my inventory. I'll go here and I'll use it. So I've been wanting her. Beautiful. And okay, then what I want, oh, there's 2 other people who joined, so hi, welcome. Then what I'm gonna do is let's go see if we can get, so I'll actually switch for a wheel now. I do want this wheel, so let's go try to get it. No. Hey Melvin, this is a brand new account run that I'm doing just to see what the new player experience is, and I'm trying to get Vortice eventually. See if I get her.
Ali.
Hello.
Are you recording?
Yes.
Okay.
It's for it's gonna go on YouTube afterwards. There's
yes, I just don't wanna like interject too much if you're recording for the show.
No, that's fine. There was like a person here last time. Remember I was saying there was a new person? They asked me lots of questions and I was like, perfect, because I don't remember any of this. What would be questions that you might have? So this is just the initial like go through all the log of stuff, and I'm trying to decide if I want to do one of these events afterwards, like a Vortice or a Wanda run, or just to use the Menafin to get experience, because the experience just makes your account like so good at the start, because you just jump up 10 levels and then you can just like race through everything, which is what I'm guessing Umbach does when he does his like very fast runs.
It's also very helpful to do like a 1 P-dive run as well, just for the experience.
Oh, I never thought about that. Okay, I'll do one.
Yeah, because I like Umbach and I did the speed run together this time, because I was also very invested of Vortice, and there's like the events are definitely the biggest XP starter, but small stuff like P-dive and even doing like small alert ones of D-tide are incredible for actually bringing up your account.
And I just got Vortice. Yes! You're my luck charm. Thank you.
Of course.
So now I can make my full Carol Vortice team. This is great. Awesome. Okay, let's go make that now, and then we'll do a P-dive from your suggestion. And like even just going into all these little red dots, you get so much silver at the start. They just kind of flood you that you just click them all, and then I can go back and pull more. So, oh yeah. So with the Vortice team, let's go make it here. The really nice part right now is that she's really strong just even at E0. So you can kind of just get away with a lot of stuff on your team. Let's put her here first, and then we'll use him, and then we'll use Kekus because I have to. No, it's fine. I love Kekus in a certain way. And then Faint. Yes. Okay. I want the camera for him, and I don't have the camera yet, so we'll use this. Awesome. Fink can get this wheel. Now, for this team, I probably actually want to pull Feint's wheel to help me run better. So I'm going to actually switch that. The wheel I'm pulling. As much as I like Helot wheel, I don't know if anybody really needs it in this team because I just want to proc Vortice's pursuit. So I kind of like having Death Res is really nice to have. So this is kind of a different play because most people always go for like a DPS wheel at the start. And I'm going to actually switch to like survival wheel. I'm just going to use it up so that I can get 3-star rewards. Cool. So I can up those other 3. Oh, wait. Do I got the next one? No, just this. Yes, I can make them all higher level. Oh, I got a Ramona up too. Okay. Faint. Upgrade. And then Vortice is who I got. Okay, now... Oh, apparently I get these two. Wheel-wise, I should probably also use more of the, like, starting wheels, the brown wheels, right? So, Sigil Yield... Yeah, on Kekus, and then... Can use something else here for him. Key Flare, or...
That gives you Key Flare is very good.
Yeah, or also just Ailmus, right? Because it is, or it increases your max HP, and because it is salve, I'll probably do that.
Yeah, I feel like when I did my run, I didn't really have a lot of issues with early HP, because Vortice is just so powerful, but when it comes to, like, resource generation, like Ailmus and Key Flare, that's where the R-Wheels come in very useful.
Okay, then I'll put that on. Follow your advice. There we go. Okay. Oh, I can't do P-Dive yet. Well, how do I have to do 212 in order to unlock it. So I have to do the story. It's pretty fast though. Like Salve one-shots everything right now. And then also with Vortice and her posse. Oh my god. Okay, this is gonna be fast. And I just skip all the story stuff. Sorry, people, if you wanted to see the story, but I didn't also want to spoil it for people. Really, it's more of like, if anybody just kind of has this on in the background when they're playing their first runs through the game and they just see me do stuff, right? And then I haven't explained dual realm mixing, so let's do this now. So you can see up here at the top, we have both the Aqueer mechanic and we have the Caro mechanic. So what happens is there's a little bit of a penalty for having the two of them. So for Aqueer, we don't have 2 tentacles to start. We only start with 1. And then for Caro, we also get less Crimson Furnace being charged up per turn. I forget if Embryo charges the same. I think it does. But the Caro Furnace is definitely like weaker when you don't have it pure Caro. And this is the team I was kind of hoping for like the whole time, so this is really nice to have. Their health is like 1 and 2. I love it. Oh, I have to engrave something. I'll go with get some more embryo generation. Advanced spike. Okay, weakness. So in the game, I won't need it for the first few like chapters, but in the game, getting weakness is really strong. So you do want to be able to either get the Orison that's weakness, or you can actually get a symptom. So when you originally start, you think that a lot of symptoms are bad, but actually if you get certain symptoms, they're actually really good to get. So we try to find like the weakness symptoms. So getting weakness is great. This is kind of overkill for this first round, but just kind of explaining that you do want to get weakness on your cards. And even when we're building a lot of teams later on, what we'll look at is getting teams that are that have one person on the team that has weakness, because you can see here. So you can see all the damage they're doing to me. They're doing 28, and then here's weakness from Salve, and now they're dropped down to 23. That isn't that big of a difference when it's like this low of level, but later on it can be like 600 damage that just drops down. So I flipped into white stance to help protect, and so now it says I'm safe, which is pretty nice. I also use Vortice's reload, so I want to stack these. They're right here. So they're called, yeah, there's just the reload. And then what she has is a pursuit attack or a shell attack. The pursuit attack is called shell. And what it does is it, like, when I exalt somebody else, she attacks. I'll just put that on. That's not going to help me right now. There we go. So I know that Salve can one-shot, so I was just kind of waiting to get that card. And it's going to be weird because pretty much Salve's going to be my main DPS with this team, and then Vortice is my sub DPS by getting their shell going off. So I'm going to rouse a unit. Out of all of this, if I had a Vortice that was more built up, rousing her at the start is really good for like the final bosses. But at the early part of the game, probably having Kekus roused at the start is probably the easiest to run with. Or Feint too, but I'm going to rouse Kekus. So Kekus, I'm going to heal every time that I play a card, and he gains also a little bit of counter. The thing with Feint is that she does damage at the end of every turn with the counter that you have, which is really nice when she's roused. Right, so, and then at the end of each turn, deal fixed damage equal to 50% of Feint's counter. So we'll start with Kekus, because that's probably what a lot of beginners should start with. And we'll go from there. Oh, I love this relic, but is it as good as at this start? If more than 3 cards remain in hand during the last turn, gain 2 Arithmetica. Okay, this is really great in Arc 2. I don't know about Arc 1, but maybe I'll look at these Cursed Relics, because the Cursed Relics are really, really great in Arc 1. Increase hand limit by 3, but draw 1 less card each turn. Discard all symptom cards and stake card at the end of turn, retaining other cards. And this one is, Max Arithmetica. Yeah, that's the one I want. So I'm going to sell a card. And normally you want to sell a card that costs a little bit more. So I don't like Feint's 3-cost card. I just feel it's really expensive for what it does. And so it's great to sell. And this is going to be probably a really easy fight. Now, I don't like to keep this in my hand because at the end of turn, you get 1 random symptom, but technically you should kind of play with it in your hand the whole time until the very end, because then you get extra crit rate for everybody. But sometimes I forget about it. So you saw, like, before I played it right away just because I'm like, I don't want to forget about it, so let's just play it. But other times you should be holding on to it till you have 1 left, which is what I did, and then I'll get rid of it. And then I'll just wait. I want to, before I use Salve's Exalt, so Salve's Exalt pumps everybody up for a big turn, and when you don't have cards in hand, it doesn't really do much for you. And I want to be able to have Vortice's stack first before I exalt him. And then here, sure, we'll go here. He does so much damage right now. Alright, so I'll just use these. So this Orison helps me get this bar up, which helps me generate an embryo. So you see I got another embryo. And then from here I can exalt somebody, but I've just been unlucky to not get Vortice's reload. So that kind of sucks. Oh well. Yeah, and Ellie, I can see how I'm not getting Eski right now. So I can see why that wheel is really important.
Yeah, it's quite undervalued in a lot of cases, honestly. It took me a while to realize how important it actually is.
Yeah, it's also because, like, we didn't use SQ a lot when we first started playing the game, and then we kind of learned about it like later on in Act 2, right? I should have used an embryo to charge before the next battle, but anyway, yeah.
It's also just the inherent synergy of having a lot of ASCII with Vortice Posse, which trivializes so much of the game.
Yes, exactly. And I didn't put an Esky unit on this team, but that's fine. I might be, maybe I'll pull like and change out like a blue unit like Kekas and put a different blue unit on that's Esky, or a Karo unit. I don't know. Now I have the challenge of both of these two are really great. So this proto battery is great for Vortice because it allows everybody else to exalt. But then this one, I'm gonna choose a cursed relic because people, when you first start, you think cursed relics are bad, but they're actually kind of broken in Arc 1, so we'll start with that. This one, whenever you play a strike and defense, the corresponding awakener gains 35 Ailments. However, their arithmetic cost increases by 1. So this also is going to help Vortice exalt like really fast. So we'll now choose Faint as my second one. Oh, Blessed Blood, nice. Okay. We will pick Blessed Blood. And I get a curse that comes with that. Okay. And then you can see here, again, I'm just really waiting for Vortice. I'm not even showing the whole Vortice comp because I keep not getting her card right now. It's more just like, look how strong Salve is kind of what I'm showing people.
To be fair, Salve is an amazing unit with her.
Yeah, and just at the start, like, see, I haven't gotten her, at all her card to help. So, this is also, like, chapter 1, so it probably will just be like this. Okay, I'm going to use this to prep for, like, I don't actually expect to use this right now. I'm just using it to prep for the next turn because I expect him to die with Tentacle Slaps. And reload here. Yeah, so this is really great. One thing you want to try to do with your Orisons is that try to think about, this is a little more advanced, but what you're playing the card with, and then what Orison you would want on it, if it's like great for that. So these two are great. Actually, all three of them are great right now because so with Salve, when we're playing weakness, we expect it to be a hard turn and we're going to be defensive. So putting poison on them to kind of like slowly chip away at them is really nice. For strike, we want to be aggressive, and this is now we're gaining strength, so this is great to play like we gain strength and we're aggressive when we're hitting. But reload is the one that this whole build is around. And what I want is I want everybody to have more Elmas, so having Elmas on the reload card is really great. And let's go back to the store. And I'll buy this. So one of the wheels that I have on me allows me to refresh for free. That's what the Volcano wheel does. It's up here, and this is a really great artifact or a relic at the start, so I wish I could get that earlier on, but we'll see if we can get it when I come back. Alright, so here's this creates a lot of Elmas on a unit, so it's better for me. So you can see right now that Kekas can exalt, so I'm going to actually exalt him now and then play his Rouse card because it gets a lot more Elmas back so that I can exalt him again later on. Man, actually this broken mask relic with Vortice is kind of broken now that I'm looking at it, and it says broken, but it's kind of crazy how much this damage is going to do because they're already ready to exalt again. I think tentacles are just going to kill him. Yeah. Oh my god, this is so easy. So yeah, if you just level up your units and you play blue at the very start of the game, the tentacles just basically win for you. You don't have to do anything else. I also like to pick the cards that I know I'm going to play a lot to put Orisons on. So I'm going to put on this on Insight onto Salve. Okay, at the end here, if I was worried about health, I could go here and get health or rouse somebody else. I don't need to, so I'm not going to be worried about that. I think that there's a silver thing over here, so I'm going to take a symptom. And do I get something else? No, it's just I get relic. So I will take, at the start, I'm trying to help show you. So this one's really good to get, and I'll take this relic. What it does is it protects me from dying once. So I'll take that relic. I'll go with that. I'm gonna go fight the boss. Yes, I got reload at the start. Awesome. Okay, so now you'll see the power of Vortice's reload. So when I put one of these stacks on, and then I exalt somebody, it will do damage to the boss. And what's really nice with Keikis is he puts on vulnerable, and then the reload hits. So I'll put on another reload, and I'll just exalt Salvador, and I expect the boss to be dead. Yeah. That's so easy to do. Play at least 4 cards during the final battle. I couldn't play 4 cards. Did I even, how many cards did I play? Like 2? Wow. I have to slow down in order to get that thing. Can I get these yet? Let's go see if I can go get any type of... I don't know if I can. Can I get them? Can I get the... We call them pizzas, but they're really... No, they're not unlocked yet. Right? Yeah, no. So I can't put any covenants on. I think I have to beat a final boss before that gets unlocked. I'm like, why was I even thinking that? Because normally those, to get covenants, they're like the final boss battle again. And in the store, so I should always be buying this. It's free. You should always buy that one at the very start. See how fast I click through it? Kind of don't know if I want to use G-Rose because it's really needed at the start. I'm going to actually hold off on this. And this is one where I probably do want to buy out... Oh, no, I want to be buying out these ones first. So I want to buy out my prototypes and my time loop. I don't know if I can do that easily. It's also a free-to-play account, so we'll see how long that takes to get there. The nice part is like, we don't have to pay to upgrade those wheels now. I remember, so for me, when I started the game, to upgrade even these brown wheels, I had to pay G-Rose. And this was the most expensive part, was just trying to upgrade these wheels afterwards. Because even all these SR wheels, like they all cost G-Rose. I don't have to pay anything now. That's so much easier. Wow. Okay, so now I'm trying to choose which one I want. So we already talked about how valuable weakness is, but this one here is called computation, and you gain 2 arithmetica, so it's like ramping. This is a very powerful orison, so I always kind of prefer to use this one, but these are my 2 probably, and also weakness are like my 3 favorite orisons to put on. So I'm going to choose this one. Yeah, and I got, Ellie, I got Salve from a standard pull. I was just like, that's kind of crazy. It was my first standard pull, and it was the first 5.
Well, it's kind of funny, because for my run, I was thinking of what to use. and I ended up getting Murphy like really, really early. Like it took me like 75 pulls to unlock my first Vortice, but I got Murphy super, super early, which is just crazy because of how good of a teammate she actually is for Vortice.
Yeah, and also with Salve, right, to tank out, I was just like, well, that worked.
Oh yeah, Salvus actually did my D-tide this week with Salve on wave 5, and he was
Nice.
super good. Like I misplayed a ton, and he still did so much for the team.
And we have Melvin, who's like the Salve main, who's really good with Salve, watching us and being like, probably like, that was a misplay, that was a misplay, that was a misplay, like all the time with me. All right, so they're attacking for 24. I'm going to protect myself, even though I'm not too worried about it. I now put on a reload, which is nice. No, I'm going to go Raging Waves. Forget it. What I'm going to do is that now Salve is going to have his Devour, which he gains temporary strength and temporary crit rate when we do that. And we put Vulnerable on everybody. So let's do that. I put it into Red Stance to do more damage while I'm here. And I already have one reload stack on, so that should trigger when I Exalt Salve. It kills them all, right? That's awesome. Oh, look, we got this one again. Perfect. This is when picked up, give it innate, retain, and draw one card. Yes, so the card that I want innate is reload right here. Beautiful. And then we're going to sell a card again. We're going to sell Fate's Guard. We'll awaken somebody, and we'll awaken Kikis this time. Probably for the final boss, I'll actually show you a little bit more of, this is an exit. So when we get to the final boss of chapter 1, I'll show you more of Vortice actually being more of the final DPS. I'm thinking it will take me more than one hit to actually kill the boss, but we'll find out. Advanced Bloodlust, yeah, so we'll take that. I have 41 here. I'm just going to use this because I expect Salve to kill everybody once I go here. Oh, I get it again.
Yeah, so that.
So again, getting this cost me, well, it cost me 2 now because of the face, but then I get back 2, so it's basically a free card. So that's why I kind of like having that. Or do I get back 1? I get back 1. So it,
Just one.
yeah,
It's
just
a
1.
base one.
Yeah.
Well, now
Nice.
its original cost works out perfectly.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking because I was like, oh, wait, I have the face on. But normally you don't have the face on, so it doesn't cost you more. So it's like a free card because you play it and then you get it back. That's...
Yeah, and like in competition.
Yeah. Okay, so one thing here that you might not know when you first start is you don't have to accept these. So I can just leave this and go over here to get the silver. And I guess this is kind of the mechanic to show you that you can choose that your first time. Because I was kind of lost when I first played it. I'm like, how do I get the silver? And I didn't realize that that was a thing. Yeah, starting with reload and then this card is just kind of awesome. And I can play it again, but it's not going to do anything. So this time I'm going to actually do a little bit of damage to myself and then heal up more of my Crimson Furnace back. And I kind of think that I'm just going to kill him with Tentacle Slaps. No, almost. So I'm just preparing for the final boss, and I'm making sure that everybody has Elmas at the end. They're going to do 26 damage. They have 11 health. My tentacles will slap for that much, so we're good. We'll just let it go. So a defense card, right? When we're playing defense, we want to play... So this is a strength down, so this kind of goes with each other because you're playing it to protect yourself, and then that also helps protect you. So this is kind of why I like to put these Orisons where they synergize like this just in the gameplay, because it's kind of weird to put a defense and then have strength on it, because when you're actually playing that card, when you're playing defense, you don't want to gain more strength most of the time. You want to like protect yourself, so you want to have something that adds to protection. Okay, I thought the plot was going to start up. I'll get a cup. I'll sell another card. Probably his 3 cost.
If you want to pick it up.
Pardon?
It's another computation if you want to pick it up.
Mm. Yes, and I'm trying to decide between these two. Obtain shield, and probably don't. I'll gain computation. And I'll put that on reload, because I'll be playing it at the start anyway. I could go around here if I needed it. Is that silver? I don't know if that little thing's a silver thing. I'll go get this. Alright, we'll exalt him. Probably kill the guy in the back, which is what I thought would happen. And kill the guy in the front. No, it's not a silver thing. Okay, we'll recover 24 health. I'm guessing maybe over there. No, just an event. Alright, what does Phantom Hand do here? Steals 3 strength from all enemies. Sure, we'll do that. I've been losing a lot of health just because you might not realize it, but one of Salve's choices is to do damage to yourself to then gain more health in Crimson Furnace, and I've been selecting that as the second option, so that's why my health has been dropping. In case you're wondering, because the enemies aren't really attacking me enough to drop my health that low. Okay, so for this boss, what I'm going to be first starting to do is I do want to... Eventually, the plan would be to use Vortice's Exalt, but I'm going to guess that the boss will probably be dead before I can actually use that. So I will use 1 reload. And I'll start with Exalting Keikus to trigger a reload. And then I'll play this to rouse him. But I'll play this to get another reload stack. And then I'll trigger it again with Feint, but I'm going to guess that he'll die after I play with Feint. Nope. Okay, now they're basically dead within a hit. 72, so yeah, this will kill them. I'll use Salve just because we've been doing this the whole time. And I'll play this one again. And it was the final boss. That wasn't that hard. I didn't want to slide that. Okay, we do have... Oh, we have a Somatic coming up. Yay, final boss. Okay, so we know it's a final boss because it has this purple, like, little thing around it. All the other ones here you can see are just kind of normal. What you do want to be doing is to get these rewards, you trying to 3-star them. I have been 3-starring all of them, or did I miss? No, I didn't. I got all of them, but one of the achievements you do want to go back and see. So like one, I didn't carry at least 2 relics upon completion in the first act. So you can keep going back, and that's some way that you can get more silver to be able to get more pulls. And let's go fight this final boss. And I can then, I think I can get covenants after I get this final boss. So I'm gonna, if I put this into white stance, I don't gain a tentacle, right? But I get all that shield. So I'm gonna actually leave it to gain one more tentacle because it's really nice to have two because it gives you options. When you have one, you're basically forced, you can't choose the third option. You can only choose either defensive or leave it alone or neutral. So this time though, now I'm gonna select it as defensive and protect myself and make myself safe. Because really, I'm playing this build where I don't need to worry too much about tentacles in terms of full out damage. I just want to be able to have it for options for like navigating whatever the enemies throw at me. But it's also chapter 1, so I'm not too worried about needing to min-max any of these types of mechanics. Because as you see, it's like one shot and all these people are dead. Okay, so this, when played, it triggers 2 tentacle attacks. And I like Insight. So Insight is draw 1 and gain 1 Arithmetica. So I'm going to actually get this card. Okay, and now between being defensive or getting more Arithmetica, I'll go with this again. It's just one of my favorite ways to play. Other people can play a more defensive build and choose more of the defense option. And I'm going to guess Self can probably one-shot again. Yep. Again, I'm just going to keep loading up all this Arithmetica so that I can just like basically play all my cards quite often. We'll rouse Kekus again to start. Acquire this trait jacket. Yeah, so this at the start of turn inflict 1 weakness and 1 vulnerable on all enemies, and in boss battles inflict 2 of them. This is a really great relic, so I will definitely take that. I hate that. That's the one symptom card that I hate the most, is this thing right here, because I always plan to have like my Awakeners like exalt at a certain turn, and then they all lose 3 and they just basically can't exalt, and it's really annoying. So as much as you gain 15 shield for free, the cost can sometimes be like actually hurt you more than what you were expecting. Now for people who are new, you can see that this is the mini boss. It kind of has a skull here, and this is one of like the little mobs at the start. So what's kind of a better approach when you're starting out in weaker is to go through these mobs to be able to go to the shop, buy some stuff more for the shop, and then go to this boss here, or the mini boss. So I'll do it that way, but you can, like, I'm strong enough that I can go this way, but I'll do this way because it's kind of a better play style when you're trying to build up more things to have more power to be able to take that boss out. Right, we will exalt Salve. And look, I got another computation. We'll just keep loading them up. Okay, I'm gonna actually choose a sigil. Yeah. Each time the deck resets, gain 2 strength. Each turn when dealing active damage, increase temporary tentacle up to 3 times. So we're gonna choose this one because, as you can see, my tentacle damage is really strong in Arc 1. I'll sell this card, and then I will awaken Faint. This is a really great relic, by the way. I didn't choose it, but this relic, if you get it at the start of your run, which is what we kind of just did right now, and I didn't choose it, I should have chosen it. It basically allows me to fill up my whole bar here with relics, and then you can easily beat some bosses. That's kind of more of a later chapter play, but don't be afraid. Like, you see this Jade imprint, you take it like the very start of your turn, or start of the run. Yeah, we'll let it go. So the reason why I have 2 tentacles is because I rouse Kekas, and I gain a tentacle when I rouse him. Yeah, something super exciting for everybody who's kind of watching, because we're kind of just describing, like, you know, why am I choosing these choices that, like, an endgame player, and I'm not even thinking and just killing things, for, like, beginners, just to kind of see how you actually go through there. We got the face again. Okay, we'll take the face. Right. At the end of turn, if they're remaining arithmetica, draw 2 cards. Next turn at the start of turn, if the remaining cards gain 2 arithmetica. Let's do this again. Alright, so I will play the counter. Remember, when I use an embryo, I'm getting crit rate down here, and that's going to help out this card to do more damage. And it would have been nicer if I could have exalted him first, but I didn't have that option, so I'll just have to let it go. I guess I should have reload first. I just kind of wasn't even paying attention. I was just letting it go because I knew that they would be dead from tentacle slaps. Okay, so we'll play a strike here, and I want to give everybody else. When played, it increases this Awakener's Illness. So I actually want the other one that gives it so everybody else's illness goes up by 5. Because the way to proc her reload is everybody else needs to exalt. She can't actually exalt. So I want the card that helps everybody else exalt. Or the Orison. I have to go this way. Sure, we'll rouse another one. Okay, I'll go get that silver. Sure, we'll take the tentacle attacking. Play it here. Okay, so because I've never actually explained this one, with Faint, whenever you devour with her, we're going to inflict 2 weaknesses on all enemies or we're going to inflict, 2 weaknesses on all enemies. So it's actually 1 weakness for 2 turns, but it's 2 weaknesses. And that's really good to have at the start of a battle, is to put weakness on everybody. You can see they already have 1 stack, but we're going to give them a total of 3 stacks right off the start. And the reload stack triggered. So I'm going to guess that the tentacles are almost going to kill this person, which is what happened. And I know now, right now, that the tentacle slaps will just be enough to kill them. So there's nothing really that I care to play, but what I'm doing is just loading up Ailmus so that they can play next time.
What's
up?
I'm just doing a run of train with Vortex and Tawil Hamon, and I have like 3 tentacles, but because of the realm mastery, I end up with 22.
Oh my god. That's
Botanical
awesome.
Gathering. It's so silly. I love it actually. It's so dumb.
That's kind of what train is for, right? Is to, figure out all these weird builds that you can make.
It just like takes 50 turns because it's to will. Like, who are we kidding? But
Yes.
it's so silly.
Okay, so for Salve, this is one of the best relics for him because every time you lose HP, you gain Embryo Fusion, and the effect is double if your HP is below 50. But this is also one of the best cards to get it early on at the run. So this is relics at the early on the run because you start putting more insights, and then you not only are you drawing, but you're also ramping. But at the end of a run, it's not as good. So we're gonna flip and we're gonna get the Salve one, but I think I can actually buy both. No, I can buy both once I sell a card. So I will sell Faint Strike and get both. Okay, so here you kind of see that there's extra squares, and I think it's a hidden silver somewhere. And I just have to like walk around. No. Sometimes they have that where it's like a hidden one that has silver on it, but I think they've recently made it so they all glow. I don't think they used to glow before. I'll just recover 3 health. So this is the most amount of health we've seen on a person. Yeah, I'm just gonna exalt Vortice first. And then regain with that. Perfect. So one of the nice parts with Vortice's exalt is that she gets with her rouse she gets reload. So that's exactly what I was hoping for. And then this also gains back a whole bunch of ailments, so she goes back up. Oh, I can play this twice? 3 times? Yes. All right. Well, that changed everything. You're going to see now the power of her reload. Or of her pursuit. So there's one. Salve does have a thing here, so I'll flip into red stance. He won't devour, but again, we'll get another reload trigger. And then we're going to use her posse to help get Faint ready to exalt. There's another reload trigger. So you can see the very first turn, and this is a brand new account, I've already have done 66% damage, so 2/3 of the damage of this person. Are they going to die like the first turn? Almost. After one turn, they're almost dead. So I'll play this because it's a free shield. And then I don't know if she can kill him, but we'll try. Yeah, we'll just try with Vortice. Yep. So 2 turns, and the final boss is dead. Oh, you get an uncap. That's awesome. Oh, we get a new posse. So this is a really great posse, by the way. Increasing a Chosen Awaker's ailments by 35. We still use this in endgame a lot on certain teams. But Vortice's posse is like one of the best in the game because it basically just kills a lot of things for you. So you would want to get her posse if you still have this unlocked because there's only a few more days, I believe. Oh, I have the daily quest now. Keep your levels up. There's only a few more days to pull Vortice. We only have 3 more days. So you might have this video outside of once this is here. But the reason I'm kind of also showing you Vortice is that the general advice right now is that if there's a really good Arc 2 unit on banner when you're starting your account, you should probably pull that unit and then build a team around them. So there's some people who are pretty tribal and say like, this is the best realm, this is the best realm. Like, don't worry too much about that when you're starting. Find a really good Arc 2 unit and build around them. Eventually you'll find more units that you like and more realms that you like that will happen. But building around a really strong Arc 2 unit like Vortice is the best way to go at the start. So these wheels are called like SSR wheels. I probably should also try to get her wheel. Okay, I'll just do that. And one thing in the shop that everybody will tell you that you must get is in the sentiment part here. This gives you an extra duplication or a dupe for your unit, and this gives you an extra duplication for your wheel. And that's for the limited or standard, but you should never use those on standard units. You should only use it on limited units, and you can get any copy of any wheel or person you want. So these are like the must buys in the store when they first reset. This resets every 30 days, but these are the must get things to purchase. And then you can buy some stuff afterwards, but these are the two that you want. Don't get swayed by these two at the start. I was almost just going to click that, but I shouldn't be clicking that. I should be going for these two down here. Then I'll let that awaken. Okay, I'll wait till that's 5 to make it just easier to pull. Two, 1, 2. It just became 5. Perfect. Before memories fade. Ooh, what's this one? Faded. So yeah, this is a really great deal for people just starting. So if you are looking at spending money in the game, getting this, you also get this uncap, which is something that is a time-gated material at the end of the game, which is really nice. You don't want to be spending these pyramids when you don't know what units you want to spend them on, so you just hoard them at the very beginning. You also can't uncap because you have to be a level 60 unit before you can actually uncap it, but you want to hold them. But getting 2 guaranteed limited units and 3 guaranteed wheels for 980 silver prime is a really great deal. If I could buy it multiple times, I would.
Same, actually.
Didn't get the wheel. Oh, there's a little thing here.
The best thing about the paid banners is almost that they give you like a direction to go, because what I found as a new player is that the game is very overwhelming with information.
Yes.
And if you ask in the Discord, there's so many varying opinions, especially if you have like no characters to go off of. So if you are considering spending and then have like a start being like, oh, I got like, I don't know, for example,
Thice.
like a Tawil or
Yes.
Thighs or anyone, even though Tawil is very controversial in the Discord.
But still, you get one of the best
gives you
units.
like an idea. But yeah, it gives you like an idea and you don't feel as vulnerable to the game's randomness.
Yes. Oh yeah, these are all the like initial things. I bought all of these all out, but these are also really good to buy later on. What I did with these for myself was I waited until a unit I really wanted was on banner, and then I bought out these limited cores, because to get them is really hard and it just takes a while. So when you find a unit you really love, you kind of finding good deals to get these limited cores is hard to find later on. Let's see. This is the end of chapter 1. end of package, right? Is this one? No, promotive, commemorative gift. Yeah, so they're not, I remember people saying that these were like amazing deals. They're not as great, but the end of chapter arc 2 deals are amazing. So those ones I buy out like instantaneously when they get released. Okay, we have 13 cores. Nice. And we just got Aegis. So you heard how we were talking about that S key is really hard to get at the start. So Aegis is an S key unit, and I'm going to put her in, and I'll take out Kekas now. And then I just got that wheel, which is really great. We'll talk a little bit about this wheel in a second. Okay, so in my lineup now, I will take out him, and I'll put an Aegis. Now, she's likes Key Flare or S key. It's kind of commonly known as S key, but it's called Key Flare. So you see that this is a Key Flare wheel, so I'm going to swap the wheels around. Did I get camera yet? I have not gotten camera yet. Okay. So I'll put her, I'll give the Volcano to Salve. And then for her, she has the S key wheel. Now I also can go and get that Covenant. So what is the Covenant? Am I allowed to get the Covenant? I can't get Covenants yet. Never mind. I have to wait a little bit longer until I get Covenants become unlocked. Is it like chapter 6 or something? I forgot. I thought it was like a long time before you got Covenants. Do you remember, Ellie, with your run?
I do not actually. Especially if you level up early, you get so many things all at once. It's kind of hard to keep track sometimes.
Well, and also you just saw, as soon as you just level up your units past level 10, like you can just get them at the start to level 10, the whole game becomes like real easy. It's like trivial. But you just need to know that, because you might have like a fear of not doing these, what's it called over here? So not doing the events, but you have to like be comfortable, like just the very first day or two, skip the events and just get experience. And then the whole rest of the game becomes easier. And then you go back to these events afterwards. So now I should be kind of trying to unlock these all. Maybe I'll come back in a bit, but I'm just kind of doing some runs first to kind of show the start of the game is. I do have 135 Menafin. So this charges up over time. You can say, what's the rate? So it recovers 1 unit every 5 minutes. So this is a thing that you can just like walk away from and then come back and start up the game. And it fills up like once a day almost. And then I think it's a little bit more than once a day. But you just log in, go use up your Menafin, and then come log out. Oh, my dog's barking. Sorry. I have these, so I'll just get some cores. Yeah, and then we can just start chapter 2. Do a little bit of this, and then I'll maybe call it a day for today, and then try out something. I just have to actually do some adulting and clean up the house a bit.
Check.
So every chapter, right, they have a new chapter gimmick. So now I'm going to have something new here, and I have to unlock that tree to build up this card. So choose one card and reduces Arithmetica cost and gain the resonance effect. So I'm going to choose Reload because this whole team is built off of Reload. Okay, so now the other part is that when I play her card's Aegis, what happens is I gain S key or key flare down here. Every unit we always do gain key flare, but the part is that the key flare blots just have a stat where they gain more than most units, so that's why you want to play their cards to help make this go up faster. But I did lose Kekas. So that means I've lost a bit of my healing from him, but I still have healing in the form of Crimson Furnace here. So I played that card first, not only to drop their strength down, but to gain strength, and then I can play this card and do enough damage to kill them. But before I play this card, I want to start to gain Ailmiss for my next battle, so I'm going to use this, and I have 2 left for 2, and then I'll play this card. I think I will kill them both, yeah. And again, so weakness and vulnerable on the same turn, kind of like that, so I'll put those 2 together. So I'll miss by this. This is when played, every other person gets 10, so I do like that, so I'm going to take this one. And I like it on a Vortice card because then it helps everybody else gain Ailmiss, which is kind of what, again, the whole build is around. And I got a weakness for that. See, I got a silver here and I didn't see a little glowing thing, but I just kind of went there because I'm too used to, like, there's a space that is empty, so I must go walk on it and get something. Man, the S key, like the key flares, like takes so long to start because I'm too used to my like overly built units that like one of those cards like almost gets the whole thing. It's so weird to see it like go up by, you know, like 2 points. Okay. We're going to just go kill them. Okay, so this card I'm playing when I want to gain strength, and it has a gain strength Orison on it, so that's kind of awesome synergy, so I'll put those 2 together. I hate that. Okay, we're going to sell Faint's card. We'll refresh the shop. I'm not in love with those. Okay, this is a really great relic for you if you're in a blue realm. So each tentacle grants 2 shield at the end of turn. When in Tranquil Sea stance, so that's white stance, this effect grants an additional 50 shield. We'll get this. Get to have more than 1 copy of something. So I'm going to take, as you've been seeing, I've been playing a lot of End of Suffering, but we call this Meteor. So I've been playing a lot of Meteors, and I'm going to put this Orison on this card so that I get more Meteors in my deck. And then I will rouse somebody. So for a final boss fight, I do want, eventually, having Vortice roused at the very start is really good. But like for a lot of mobs and just certain fights, it's easier to have Faint roused because she just like attacks at the end of turn easily. And then for Aegis, she also applies vulnerable whenever she plays a card, so it just helps you to do a lot more damage. And since you've never seen me play with Aegis, I'm actually going to rouse her just to see what that kind of looks like. But I expect this to again be a pretty fast fight. Okay. So I already know what this boss does. As soon as his health gets below 50%, he'll split into 2 beings. So what you're trying to do is basically keep him at like 51% health and then do a whole bunch of damage if you can't kill him, get him down to 10, and then he splits and the new copies have 10 health. But if he splits at like the halfway point at like 160 here, then each one has 160 health. So the more we get this down, it's going to be better for us. So I'll play a weakness to start, just to drop his health down. I'll play a reload. Now the nice part with this card is it has something called retain. So that means that at the end of turn, if I don't play it, it will stay in my hand for the next, for every single turn afterwards. So I'm just going to hold on to it. I'll play a blessed, just to again put another stack of weakness on. And this time I'm actually going to play a shield up just to not take any damage from him at the start. And now I'm not going to play a shield because I want to be able to do like a burst damage turn. And I'll wait to get there. I did not get an Aegis Rouse, so you don't get to actually see what that looks like. And then we'll just let that go. And you can see that my tentacle damage, when I get 2 tentacles, at the end of turn, it's 11 damage times 2. And there are some blue units that will increase this tentacle damage, and then there are some blue units that will increase the number of tentacles. So you just want to be able to think about playing it along those lines. We'll play that. Okay, so now what I'm going to be doing is when Salve devours, he gains crit rate and temporary strength. And then I want to play this card, but also I want to have a reload stack before I play that, which is what I do have. Since this costs 2, I'm going to see if I can also get Aegis to be ready to. No, not enough. That's fine. So because I know it's a big damage burst turn before I do all of this, I'm actually going to flip this into red stance, which does more damage. And we'll see what happens from here. Okay, Vortice will kill. And that's why we're telling you to build around Arc 2 units. Alright, and we'll stop there today, but I'll just show you one more little thing here, because you can see there's a new tree here, so it's called Resonance. And I gain things as I keep going throughout the chapter to unlock. And you can kind of read, but because I know that I'm just going to keep gaining this really fast, I just kind of activate and I keep going. In the later chapters, I'd be reading a little bit more because there's a lot more, they start to become a lot harder, but that's like once you hit chapter 6. So chapter 5, the final boss is normally the first really hard test piece for a lot of people. And that's kind of what I'm hoping to get this account to, is just to show you how to beat the level 5 boss. And then I'll slowly kind of maybe get my way all the way up to beating the Arc 1 final boss. I won't speedrun it like some people here who are crazy and can complete this whole Arc 1 within like 2 days, which is just intense. But yeah.